myghostbed.com. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
We are back, baby. Going for it, baby.
Calm down.
It's Tuesday, 98th day of the quarantine. Am I right? Is that
What
close?
is days?
What is love?
No,
Yeah, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
you have to like not
no more.
totally say it, right?
You might.
What is time?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
What is time, James?
It's a social construct that we're not really doing anymore, I think,
No.
right now.
You are losing your tits during this.
Why?
So I'm up late writing the new St. James Street James book.
Sure.
That is getting real close. Thanksgiving. It's looking like Thanksgiving, kids. So
Wow.
hold on to your dicks.
Wow.
St. James Street James should be back around Thanksgiving. I come into the bedroom last night. Mm-hmm. You've got Netflix on.
No.
Oh, no, it was
Ran
not
out of
Netflix.
ran out of content on Netflix. Okay. Went to HBO.
Okay.
Nada. Went to Showtime. Nothing.
Zero.
Hulu. Meh.
Ma.
Had to go to the PBS app that I have.
Huh. That's a thing.
Yes.
PBS has their own app.
Yes. And they actually,
You don't say.
with their crazy PBS style stuff that's like, oh, this is PBS, they actually have some really good stuff. Like Anthony Bourdain had a lot of stuff on there. They have like Breaking Bread. They have Tastemakers from Austin. Do you know what I
Sure.
mean? So they have some really
Sure.
good. It's public service PBS.
Public broadcasting system, but who's
public
counting?
broadcast system, yeah.
Nah, who
So
cares?
it's like from all over.
Yeah.
You know, there's good and bad.
There is.
So anyways, I got to the end of my content queue and so last night I decided to watch Benjamin Franklin's Bones.
Is that the name of the show, or is that the
So it's the name of the
physical look of the
show.
bones? That's so it's just called Benjamin Franklin's Bones.
Yep.
Great.
And I said,
What's that about?
yes,
His body
thank
or
you.
someone else's?
And I said, yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Right? So once I finally got into it, it's basically that in the basement of his place that he lived
Mhm.
For many years they found the skeletons of over like 15 bodies.
Great.
Yeah. And so they found them in 98 and carbon dated them to around the time that he lived.
Swell.
But we all know Benjamin Franklin is a fucking...
Was he murdering pussy? Who was he murdering down there? Because we all know he was a poon
all
hound.
different. So there was like a baby, there was a lady.
Murdered a baby?
There was like, look, listen. I just said Benjamin Franklin's bones.
Yeah.
I didn't say that he murdered them.
Well, I mean, why else would you keep a bag of bones in the basement if you weren't murdering
So what they finally got to after this long, drawn-out documentary was that he was doing like anatomy lessons with his protege,
people? Okay.
William Hewson, which you
Ah.
can't get still at that time in like 1776 or something.
Whatever. Revolution.
Yeah. So in that time, it was just as hard to come by dead bodies legally as it is now.
Cadavers is what
As
we're
it
calling
is
them.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead bodies. So they like did grave robbing, I think, or got like black market dead bodies delivered to them so that they could like cut them up. So when they found the bones, there was like straight up cuts, like in the bones.
Got
where you're
it,
like,
got it, got
dude, like,
Were they going for marrow?
I think they were figuring out anatomy at that time. They didn't know everything that they know now. You know what I mean? So you have to actually like cut people up. So there was like,
Franks.
I know, right?
Man.
He was a Freemason. He was a poon hound. He
Yeah.
had like many ladies, sexually transmitted diseases, dead bodies in his basement. Founding father.
Fun guy.
Founding father. And
he
you
tied
know,
the key to the kite, right?
yeah.
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 For electricity and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. B. Franks. Who would have known, dude?
Who would have known? Benjamin Franklin's bones.
He had a curious mind. This is what we call it in the biz. A curious mind wanted to cut open people,
But I
try to
just-
figure shit out. That's the thing, is back then, People used to do shit like that where they
Yeah.
were just like, man, I'd like to learn about everything. There is no college. You know, schooling is in a little tiny wooden house with, you know, the other 8 kids that live on your block. So it was just like, let's just figure shit out on our own. How are we going to do this? Like Da Vinci did a bunch of weird shit. B. Franks was doing shit. Edison.
Sure, but
all
like,
those guys.
how else do you figure
You don't.
out?
You gotta. Sometimes you gotta pull open a butter knife and a body. Try to dig into somebody's scrot and figure out what's going on in this world we call biology. You know?
Yeah.
And I respect that about him. All right, I'll give you a pass on that. That sounds like a fun thing.
Yeah,
I
mean,
enjoy
it was
history.
done. Yeah, it was done very, you know, PBS reenactors with the wigs, and the guy that played Benjamin Franklin in the reenactment.
How was he?
He was everything. Like, he looked like he was a real poonhound in real life. They just found a guy that had longer gray hair, and they were like, you.
Yeah.
Because you know I wanted to start a reenactors acting troupe, right?
He had a bozo ring, right? He had a B ring.
Yeah, the guy that played him did not.
He was bald, and then he had long hair.
And then he had a braid
sides.
in the back.
Oh, he had a braid too.
Did he? Anyways.
Was he banging a black maid?
Not in this.
Because it could have been for her. He could have braided up for her, kind of to, you know, to show his. He did it for the culture. No.
This one was more about the bones, but yeah, I'm sure.
Got it.
I may go down, because you know how I get. I may go down a Franklin hole.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's a weird way to put it.
I may go real deep into a Franklin hole now because it has piqued my interest where I'm like, what the fuck was this guy into?
Yeah.
And back in the day when you like don't have real document, he was a Freemason, so you kind of like he could go behind closed doors and like no one would know about the weird shit that he did.
Kind of like Scientology.
And he was like a powerful person that like you don't really question. You're like, all right, I guess, you know, do whatever you want.
For sure.
Be Franks, you know. So
he signed the Declaration of Independence, right?
No one
Look that up.
No
Alec.
one knows.
Benjamin Franklin
no one knows
Declaration of
that kind of
Independence,
stuff.
right?
All I know about is the bones and the poon hounding.
Okay.
But again, I will go deep into that, just like I did with the House of Windsor.
Yeah.
On PBS that you were giving so much shit about.
You learned a lot.
I did.
And what's that?
He did. He was one of the signatures, right?
God bless it.
He was one of 55.
One of 55 signatures. I'm going to go ahead and give myself 55 pats on the back for that. Way to go, Ross. God damn it. School, you know? It does pay off.
Sure.
But let's keep it in the history theme here. Today is a big day for me. You know my love of Ford's Theater, the Lincoln assassination.
Yeah, you love all of that.
Today's the day.
And
Today's the day it happened.
Oh, okay, the anniversary.
John Wilkes Booth. Yeah. Today's the day he pulled the trig. 10:15 p.m. EST. Mark it tonight and know that I will be raising a shot glass.
Okay.
For that. They were watching Our American Cousin. And John Wilkes Booth pulled out that Derringer, one shot at the back of the dome.
We still need to
took
get
away
you...
America's greatest president.
Yeah, we need to get you back into that. Go back to D.C. at some point when all of this...
Oof. You know I love it
Because you
there.
didn't actually get to go in and like see
I've
the
been.
play and then like follow the like body across the thing
So
like a bunch of fucking losers.
I've been before, right?
And you've done the whole thing?
Yeah, I've done the whole thing.
And you like followed the body across the thing?
Hang on. They've really ramped it up now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
they
like,
didn't do that back then.
Yeah, they didn't have that much going on then. Now they've preserved the theater, all that shit. Like, I've seen the pillow that he died on, that he was laid out on, in the little tiny bed that kind of put his body in.
Crazy.
And the blood's still on the pillow, and that's encased across the street because they carried him across the street.
Right.
And then he ended up dying the next day. But, man.
I feel like every anniversary Daniel Day-Lewis should just do it.
Do it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He should fucking like DDL should be up there sitting in the booth
just for the anniversary, and then you like walk past, you like go follow the body across, like you guys love to do,
and then
you're like, oh my gosh.
But here's the thing: once a year, and this would be a fun thing for ticket sales, because let's face it, everybody's freaked the fuck out over the COVID bullshit. They might not go. Tourism might be down at Ford's Theater, right?
Well, yeah.
To ramp it back up, I say you get DDL, and then once a year, just once. You don't tell anybody what day it's on. It'd be like seeing a no-hitter or a perfect game in person. DL turns, and knocks out John Wilkes Booth, and then they fucking change history. And you're like, oh, shit. Were you there on that one night? It's like, yeah. It's like seeing the original Hamilton cast in like Puerto Rico or something.
It's very Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love it.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, wouldn't it be great if this happened 100%. And then these people were still alive?
And he just turns and
I mean,
knocks
not that he
him
would
the
still be
fuck
alive.
Out. Just knocks out Booth. And I mean, a violent, bloody knockout. Where
you know, it'd be cool too. And then knockout, and then Abe goes into his house and gets COVID and dies.
It's a little too now. Like, I want to keep it in the period. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to keep it in that vein. I don't want him.
And then he also like punches that crazy wife, and then has like a hot bitch that like comes up. Maybe
it's not quantum leap. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no leap. He's staying in his time period and stays in his lane. Okay. Now, it'd be rad if you threw him on stage and said, "Hey, you know what? You're a fucking actor. Act, motherfucker." You know?
Right.
And then boom, the play goes on, and then we kind of figure out what the rest of history is like.
He pulls the gun on him. He goes dance
monkey. Now, if you want to go, and if you want to go sexual with it, he takes Mary Todd across the street, maybe another actress, and they fuck in that bed that he died in, you know? And that's the whole experience. Like, we follow that happen.
Fun.
You know?
Yeah, that's fun.
And nothing like a threesome during those times.
Like, I could have died. I didn't. Now I'm having a threesome.
Yeah.
And it's like families with the kids, and they're like, oh my God. Like, they didn't, because you don't know the time that they're going to do that. You know how they do it like every 3 hours? Yeah. So it's like they'll say the day, but you get the ticket for whatever hour you got, right?
Yeah.
And then you bring your kids, your family, or whatever, and that 1 hour.
Yep.
You don't know which one it's going to be.
You don't know.
Everything changes.
Everything changes, and it's like, you know, your 8-year-old is freaked out, and you're like, no, son.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes and your ears, and maybe cup them so you can hear a little better. You're gonna watch President Lincoln fuck today. He's gonna have a little threesome, maybe make a little baby.
Right.
Because is there a better person to teach your kids about the birds and the bees than Abraham Lincoln?
Is there a creepier person? Is there a creepier person?
Beg to differ. There would be anybody else better than Abraham Lincoln teaching your kids about sex and threesomes.
Right.
Where'd you learn that from? Abraham Lincoln? Oh, fuck. All right. Cool, man.
Sure.
I guess you can watch Zach King on YouTube then. Go ahead.
Right.
You can put your headphones on and get Zach King on your tablet. You're fine. You know?
Zach King.
Big story today, kids. This is for all my Cuomo sexuals out there. My Cuomos. No Cuomo, Jabes. For all my Cuomo sexuals, I'm fucking amped about this.
And
I'm really fucking amped about this story. I'm really amped that he did it. And, you know,
let's go into what he did first.
It's what we all assume probably goes on behind the scenes. Chris Cuomo went on a Sirius XM show. And I don't.
It's his. So he was.
Oh, he has his own.
Yeah.
Good for him. Shit.
Right.
That's dope.
Is what it sounds like. Yeah.
So he goes on Sirius XM and just look. I don't know if he still has coronavirus.
On his Sirius XM show yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if he still has the coronavirus or what happens, but he just unloaded on CNN and then the whole scene in general, which
what they're saying is
unbelievably rare because he's the superstar there now. Like I would have said Anderson Coop. I want to say A Coops, right?
Sure.
But he's gotten so fucking boring and old manish. Mm-hmm. I feel like this was Cuomo's time that he was taking over. He's a jack dude, good looking dude. His brother's the fucking governor of New York. He's getting a lot of screen time. Mm-hmm. This is Cuomo time.
Sure.
This is the Cuomo sexual time.
Cuomo-sance, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Cuomo-sance for the Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really, really shocked that he came out and went just full bone against what his life is.
So they're saying he had a sort of minor existential crisis.
Crisis on air,
sort of broke down.
Because of the coronavirus, where it was just like it kind of forced him to re-examine his life.
Right.
That's what people are speculating. I don't know.
And I get it, buddy.
So I'm going to read this word for word, what he said. But, I mean, he essentially blasted CNN, blasted everybody, to be honest with you. He said, I don't want to spend my time doing things that I don't think are valuable enough to me personally. I don't value indulging irrationality and hyper-partisanship. We've said this forever on this show. Like, that's all that is. CNN and Fox. There is no one is better than the other. I clearly hate CNN just because of their lower thirds and their fucking cryons and all that bullshit that they're constantly prepping. It's a fearmonger network. Fox is a little better, but not much. Let's face it, right?
Right.
Everybody's doing this for ratings. Everybody has picked a side, and he's tired of it. So he says, yeah, he did say that his battle with coronavirus has made him rethink his values and question his position as a public figure. He said, I don't like what I do professionally. I don't think it's worth my time. And then he launches into this story about this loser biker who he calls, who confronted him on Easter Sunday outside of his Southampton home with his family.
You really must go.
Yeah, right. I don't know how the loser biker got onto the island.
Yeah, exactly. Jackass loser, fat tire biker.
Right. And got in his face despite him being diagnosed with the coronavirus. Again, I think if you polled most Americans individually, they just don't really care. I walked into a business today, and none of those motherfuckers were wearing masks. It's not an essential service, and it was business as usual. There's 8 people. Nobody looked at me any weirder than a normal day, which I enjoyed. But he said, I don't want some jackass loser, fat tire biker. I don't know what the fat tire means.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe
around the waist.
Around the waist, or he was like
the beer.
Was he on like a beach
fat tire
cruiser?
Beer? I don't know.
With a fat tire.
Could be one of those beach cruisers on a fat tire. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, those big tires. Fat tire biker being able to pull over and get in my space and talk bullshit to me. I don't want to hear it. He says he wished he could have acted like a regular Joe and told the biker to go to hell. That matters to me more than making millions of dollars a year, because I've saved my money and I don't need it anymore. I want to be able to tell people to go to hell, to shut your mouth. But I don't get to do that for a living. Me being able to tell you to shut the fuck up and do things the way that other people do to each other is what's most valuable to me. And he said, look, man, these things include trafficking things that I think are ridiculous. Again, we've said this a million times on the show. Your CNN in particular is constantly spinning a narrative, and it goes from cycle to cycle to cycle. It was impeachment, right? First of all, it was Russiagate. That went on for close to 3 years. And then it was impeachment. We're all in on impeachment, right? The coronavirus was going on in January. All of that was here. They decided not to report on it because they wanted, we got to impeach the president. Meanwhile, Trump puts the travel ban in. Nobody's coming over from China. He's a racist. He's a xenophobe. Fuck all this shit. Still no coverage on what the coronavirus actually is or what it's about to do. Nothing, because they're focused on the impeachment thing. So I understand what he's saying here with this. And he goes on to say the things that include talking to Democrats about things that I don't really believe they mean, which none of them don't, but you have to spin this narrative in order to try to win an election, which I think is unwinnable at this point. It's just me personally.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that in a second. But he also says he wants to stop analyzing the president, who we all know is full of shit by design. So he didn't spare either side here in this. And he says, look, man, the fact that he has to tolerate other people's opinions of him, it's not worth his time anymore. He says, I don't think it's worth it to me because I don't mean enough. I don't think I matter enough. I don't think I can really change anything. So then what am I really doing at CNN? He says, I'm basically being perceived as a successful guy in the system that I don't value. I'm seen as good at being on TV and advocating different positions, but I don't know if I value those things, certainly not as much as I value being able to live my life on my own terms. But here I am in an almost powerless position against this ass because I'm a celebrity and he's allowed to say whatever he wants to me, i.e. the biker. And I have to take it because he's going to call the New York Post and lie about something, and then I'm going to have to fucking deal with his shit. I don't have to tolerate people's opinion about me because I'm a public figure. I don't want to do that, and I don't think it's worth my time. So, where does he go from here is the question.
So is he not on CNN anymore?
We'll find out today. This happened yesterday?
That happened yesterday.
So he's going to show up for work today. Something's going to happen.
I think it's worth noting as well that he actually did exactly what he was talking about doing to someone in a Long Island bar a long time ago.
I remember that.
So they had this guy in the bar called him Fredo, and he said, I will fucking ruin your shit. I will fucking throw you down these stairs like a little fucking punk. And CNN put out a statement that said they completely support him.
Really?
That's it. He was not.
I didn't hear that actually.
Yeah. So
the thing in the bar, I totally understand.
Yeah, but like, you know, for him to say that and like be a figure like that, CNN could very easily, as like he's saying he can't do this kind of thing, just playing devil's advocate a little bit, CNN could definitely be like, we don't condone this kind of language towards other people. He pushed him. He got in a fight with this guy. If you see the video, it comes out that like he was definitely in the right. But as a network, CNN could have definitely been like, these are not the views of us. Like, we don't da-da-da. They completely backed him and completely supported him.
Sure. Hey, Jamie, pull up a picture of Chris Cuomo flexing. Type in Chris Cuomo flexing on Google, and you'll see that he's a jacked dude. So in that confrontation you were talking about?
Yes.
He could have beat that guy's ass. He's on some clean HGH that the dude's in shape, and I actually believed he could beat the fuck out of that guy in the bar.
And not for nothing. Is Fredo that fucking horrible? I mean, is
no,
that
no,
horrible? I mean, it is very racist. It's a derogatory term for he's an Italian
Who gives
guy,
a shit?
but it's like
Cuomo's Italian.
Please. No, he's an Italian guy. He was calling him Fredo, and he was saying that that's a derogatory term.
I don't have a problem with
Italian guys, which is like, we know you're Italian.
Yeah.
Fredo.
I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. So.
But I think there was more things that he said. He kind of like added Fredo to just like talking shit to him basically. And like I said, I mean, it's weird that he's saying this now when in fact, like if this had come out, you know, that I guess it would be strike two maybe. And CNN would be like,
no, I think
can't keep doing this.
I think honestly why he's saying it now is where are you at, Jamie? There it is, Cuomo. Look at Cuomo flexing, dude. Cuomo's sexual. He's got the rainbow shirt on too.
Wow.
He's got the rainbow shirt on, which is nice.
Look,
I think here's my honest opinion about this. I think probably off air, he's a pretty genuine dude. He's clearly a smart guy, and to me, he really is the superstar of that network. I think there has to come to a point in all of this shit where you do ask yourself, are we doing more harm than good, right? One of the most important things to me, or that people ask me all the time, is like, why do you love doing podcasts every day? I get to say and do whatever I want every day. It's my own opinions, and they're true. Like I'm not pushing a narrative because I don't have to. I'm not being paid by anybody to say anything one way or another. So I can come on air and say whatever I want.
Right.
If Chris Cuomo has his own show on Sirius XM, I'm sure he can do the goddamn same, and he could come on and have a podcast, and it be just as big at CNN. Look, CNN is rolling out the fucking truck for him, so he's making millions of dollars there. It'd be a slight decrease in salary for a couple years, but I think he'd be able to get that back up, especially with the name that he's garnered during all of this shit. And he's probably looking for a way out now where it's like, God damn it, man. The way this is heading, right? Especially today. Today, Obama is going to come on TV, I think at 2 o'clock, and endorse Biden. He didn't want to endorse. He doesn't want to endorse Biden, or else he would have done it before. He's stuck now because that's the fucking nominee and all this other shit. So now Cuomo is going to have to go on air tonight and make a big deal about this, when behind the scenes, everyone knows that Obama doesn't want Biden as the nominee, but he doesn't have a fucking choice.
No.
He was his vice president for 8 years. He could have endorsed him any time over the last 8 months and didn't. Now he's stuck and he has to. And I think Cuomo's just sitting there, you know, going, man, now I got to go on air and fucking spin this tonight and then ride this story out for another few days, jam this coronavirus in people's faces where clearly he's fine. If he's out with his family in the Hamptons, it's like we've been saying all along, it's a 3 or 4 day illness for people like him who are, you know, of the age when you're healthy and you can beat this. And it's just like, God damn it, man. Now I got to go on air and keep continuously lying about the coronavirus on top of that. Like,
right.
Going into work every day saying shit or doing shit you don't believe in. at a certain point, you're going to get sick of it. And yeah, if he said he's got millions of dollars saved away, what do you care at that point?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's things that I want to do when I have millions of dollars stashed away. And most of it involves my family, where it's just like, great, I want to do some more shit with my kids or whatever. And it's like, yeah, man, I'll cut back on things at that point, you know?
Yeah.
So if he does have it and he's genuine about it, like, shit, bless you. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Corona. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, like you're saying, he can find a home in many different places if it's not
anywhere, to be honest with you.
Keep doing his Sirius XM show or move on to podcast or move over to Fox. I don't know what he wants to do.
I don't think he'll go to Fox. It's the same thing, man. I mean, he's going to be, he's going to be forced to push a narrative that is right. Like, nobody's going to buy that shit either, man. Like, he's probably a down the middle type of guy, probably pretty reasonable. And, it is what it is. But look, if he issues an apology and then comes back, we'll see.
That will be rough. That will be rough for him. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
Why would he do that? I mean, that sounded like the end for him, right?
Yeah,
so it'd be a little bit. I don't think people would buy it now if he's like, "Oh, sorry, I lost my mind."
We'll see. I don't think he will, to be honest with you. I think he'll just kind of breeze it over and move on. We'll find out tonight. I'll pop him on tonight.
Find out.
Yeah. Breaking news, by the way. Hank Steinbrenner, the co-owner of the Yankees, just died. 63 years old. Yeesh.
The virus? The sickness?
No. Says it was after a long illness that is not COVID related. That was George Steinbrenner's kid. And I remember when he took over. But, yeah, man, 63. Shit. I didn't hear he was sick at all, to be honest with you. You know?
No.
Damn, man. We had we have an awesome interview on Drinkin Bros Sports next week on Tuesday with the closer from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Archie Bradley, and I'm curious if there's even going to be a season this year. So we'll see. I got his thoughts on it. And,
oh, really?
Yeah.
What is he saying?
Well, we also talked about the Astros shit. And
yeah.
They're the ones who fucked over the Yankees for that World Series. I had the Yankees pick to win that World Series that year too. And that was when they were stealing signs and all that shit. So, he doesn't know, and he's like, dude, there's been so many things being tossed around. He's like, we have no idea what's gonna happen here. And he's like, I've heard the craziest shit on the planet that we're all gonna play in the minor league stadiums in Arizona. And
with no fans. And stuff?
Is there volume on, Alec? He's like, we're gonna play possibly in all of the minor league places in Arizona with maybe no fans, but also switch the leagues up so that it's divided by like who plays in Arizona, who plays in Florida, and I was just like, Major League Baseball's fucked. Maybe Hank got out at the right time here, you know? Hank Steinbrenner.
Oh, Hank.
Maybe got out at the right time, but I was definitely not expecting to see that today. The opening up of the country thing has been a great debate here the last couple days.
What?
Trump said he's in control and he's going to decide. Technically, governors can do whatever they want, but I would imagine everybody gets on the same page. These press briefings at night are getting more and more contentious. And, I'm expecting one of these times just for Trump to look at the CNN reporters and just say, "Go, just get the fuck out of here. Just pack up your shit and get out of here." Yeah, I'm all done with this. But it's interesting to say the least, because there is some countries in Europe now that are slowly starting to reopen in spots that aren't the hot spots. And so they're slowly reopening the economy. Man, if you want to see how dangerous it can possibly be, earnings season is upon us as far as stocks go. And like JP Morgan, who's the biggest bank in the United States, their profits are down 70%. 70. They took out like $5 billion worth in credit to try to back all this shit for all these companies and everything. It's only going to get worse. You've got to figure out something, and it's got to be soon here, man. I looked at the calendar today. When I saw it was only April 14th, and we were like, our state is under lockdown until April 30th. I almost wish we wanted to throw the phone against the wall. Like,
I know.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. But then, like, the sign place that you went to,
Yeah.
and like, I guess those restrictions that I was bitching about at CVS are no longer.
Really?
So just to ruin Easter, which makes me even more pissed off, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say whose place it is in case they're operating illegally.
No, I don't either. But
did you check yourself out in the mirror?
yeah, I'm wearing these magnetic lashes.
Huh.
So you put on this liner.
Sure.
That's like some kind of magnetic shit.
Yeah.
And then you like put the lashes to them. They like suck to them like a magnet.
How's that working out today?
I don't know. Feels weird, but
Looks normal.
yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like flapping up.
Yeah, good for you.
So no, we don't want to say who they are, but it does feel like a little bit under the radar. People are kind of like, yeah, we're open.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No gloves, no masks, no nothing. I walked in.
I saw people in our neighborhood wearing masks in their car, and I don't understand that.
Me neither. You're in your car, man. I don't get it.
I don't understand.
No, I don't. But it was refreshing today for that. And then, like, Ricky Gervais came out and went ham today. There was Sam Smith, that singer.
Yes.
Stay With Me.
Yes, we know.
Yeah. Who got on stage bravely after he won the Grammy and said, I'm proud to be the first openly homosexual man to win the thing. And they were like, hey, man, this is the music industry. There's been homosexual men for decades winning Grammys.
But
like,
we all have to have a first. We all got to be the first to do a thing.
Nobody wants to be Buzz Aldrin. Nobody wants to be second on the moon.
No.
He got on and was just like, man, the celebrity thing, it was just like, you've got to stop posting pictures. Sam Smith posted a picture of himself crying at his house because you've got to stop posting pictures of yourself crying in your $17 million mansion.
Is this what Ricky Gervais said?
Yeah.
Love it.
And
Love to see it.
I just
love to see it.
I can't do it. And he goes, for me personally, yeah. And this goes back to what we've been saying. If you're rich, just come out and say you're fucking rich. Nobody's going to give a shit. He goes, for me, yeah, I'm rich. And he goes, but I didn't have money until I was 40. My parents were poor. They worked hard. And I had to make all this money myself. I made it. I'm rich. And my life is okay. The fucking coronavirus isn't, like, I'm not sad that I'm trapped inside my mansion.
No, like it's not affecting.
Nope.
I love to see this, and maybe we'll see this more and more. People like Gaga and him coming out and being like, hey, we are not going through the same thing that most of America is going through.
Yeah.
So I think this is our time to just sort of step back. And it's actually the time for YouTube content makers, YouTube comedians, people that are making their own stuff. Like, it is now their time.
It's great.
Even for SNL, I heard on this podcast, which is so true, that like they should have really they really should have talked to people that are doing this all the time and been like,
yeah,
hey, we are trying to do
That's an
this.
interesting take, yeah.
So because it's their time right now, like they are shining. Their productions are insane because they've been doing it forever. Their cameras are awesome. They've got lighting in their house. They have the angles.
4K,
like,
everything, yeah.
You need to be talking to those people because they are doing this again. SNL is going to continue doing this from home stuff. Yes. So
you're going to lose your entire fucking audience.
I would hope that they would start to maybe employ the people that they would never hire on SNL because it's just not that way. And really start like looking at or talking to or reaching out to people that have been doing this kind of content very successfully for a long time, because you guys aren't doing it right.
Yeah, and look, but that's a hard thing, and I don't think Lorne Michaels
understands that yet, or I don't think they do.
I think he's too old, and I think he won't check his ego to be like, hey man, we didn't hire the sketch comedians we should have. And look, I don't like Andy Samberg as an actor, but he was great on SNL. And if you go through his digital shorts, and he made, I want to say 105-ish, right? It's fucking hard not to find a banger in there. Like, I mean, they were all so goddamn good. All those guys at Lonely Island, why they didn't hire another troupe of Lonely Island to do continue music videos and all that shit afterwards is beyond me, especially in a time like now. Not only does it play in the show, which they proved for 8 years, but it plays now too. And it's like, that's the content that's going viral. It makes you want to watch it live on Saturday nights and not on your fucking DVR. But now you're stuck with who you got. And I don't think they have the brass enough to say, hey man, we made a mistake on this and we should go back and hire other people or just reach out.
It's not so much hiring. It's just sort of really realizing that their medium and they themselves are old. And I hate to say that because so am I. But there are other people that have been doing what they're trying to do right now forever and doing it awesome. And for them to be like so blind to that and not like reach out and try and, you know, do things either with them, put some of their stuff, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think they're really being blind and missing an opportunity. Not that I fucking care. I mean, nobody's really talking about it, so it doesn't really matter. Like,
you know who did it back in the day? There was somebody who did this back in the day.
Dude, did what?
Just scoured the online, tried to find the best sketches, best people, and then brought them in. And I got hired. It was Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon hired me he had a fucking sketch show, and I ended up doing, I think 2 or 3 for them on MTV.
Don't know it.
It wasn't Wild and Out. It was fucking look up Nick Cannon MTV sketch show. Either way, all they did was go out and try to pick off the best people and put these sketches in one show. That format of that particular show, Short Circuits, that's it. I know it's on my fucking IMDb and bullshit, but like Short Circuits is what it was. That's what they should implore now. And like I remember talking to his producer afterwards and saying, hey man, what's with this format? And he goes, we tried to cast these people in sort of a sketch type show like an SNL or whatever, but he goes, we just realized that there was people out there doing it better, and then that way you could cherry pick your content too and then put them into one show and just have the best sketches. And I was like, fuck man, that makes crazy sense. And so what they were doing was paying per sketch. So if you had a banger of a sketch out there, they'd be like, hey man, we'll give you fucking $5,000 for it and we'll air it on, in the show. And it was like, oh shit, well that's dope. And then if that did well, they would hire you again. I think I did 2 or 3 shows for those guys. But that's exactly the format they should be doing right now. Because if they're going to do this shit from home for the rest of the year, holy shit.
I think they're going to need some help. And like, even if you just hire some writers like David Dobrik or whatever that like writes these little short form sketches and gets millions and millions of views for these little funny little things that he does. Like, or yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. But if you even reach out to them as a writer.
Yeah.
And just be like, hey, we're doing this, content that we're not really familiar with. Can we, and then put him on there as like a writer, whatever. And you can kind of, it would be great. It will never happen.
No.
But I'm just, in a fantasy world, they would fucking open their old ass eyes and be like, let's, at least for this time, kind of reach out to people that are doing this because we're not doing it great.
Yeah. But they don't do that. I mean, look, every music video me and my friends have done have pretty much gone viral, right? All of them. And you can just line up banger after banger. But I think what we do, just by you saying you like it on a daily basis, that would get out tomorrow the same way as, we bitched about it, 6 months ago that guy got hired and was making fun of Asian people.
Oh, yeah.
For the same, literally almost word for word, what you say every day. And it's just like.
That's true. Maybe we don't want
the backlash of it. I don't really give a fuck. But the backlash of it, like trying to pick through comedians' closets now to see what kind of skeletons are in there. You're going to find a lot more than Franklin's bones in there.
That's true. Benjamin
Franklin's
bones.
Pushing it these days. So I don't even know if that would be possible.
Maybe we should keep it. Now that we're talking about it, like maybe we should keep it separate and just be like traditional media can be fake and weird and not be able to do anything and have no skeletons in their closet and be fucking J-Lo boring. And then we can do and say whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
And keep them separate and different. I get it.
Separate but equal. Separate but equal.
Separate but definitely different.
Different. Let me ask you this. Since you brought this up, because I didn't hear that story actually, that they were going to keep doing this. Do you think when Lorne Michaels dies, that show will get canceled? I think so. Unless somebody huge from SNL passed, like either Tina Fey or Jimmy Fallon took over. But I don't see Tina Fey wanting to be there every day. Maybe
she
if her
doesn't
kids
want
get
to
older,
go back
she can go
to
back.
that life. It has to be someone that they're grooming now, like a Jost.
Ugh, he's the worst, though.
He's the worst, but he's very loyal. He's very dedicated. He's very dedicated to the stupid-ass content that they do. And to
he's the head writer.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's the head writer.
So I'm sure it'd probably be more of a grooming process than a bringing in of a older cast member.
Whenever you say the word grooming, you know what I think of.
Your uncle.
Yep. Just grooming me of like, hey, put your fingers in the mayonnaise. Gonna make a little turkey sandwich. Oh, where's the turkey? It's my ding dong.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Just go ahead and put the mayonnaise on.
Anyways.
The turkey.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. They're not gonna want to. They're not gonna want to bring in.
Yeah. A little skittle dick for it?
No.
No, I understand.
No.
I understand. 5G Zombies.
That door open.
5G Zombies, the movie, is here. There is a trailer for it, and it wants to prove all of the crazy conspiracy theories and say that they are right. There's a lot of theories going around about this 5G. More people are burning fucking towers. Burning towers down, the 5G towers.
Mine's out.
So, you know.
No, it's back.
It's back.
Yeah. I don't want to say this because I don't want to sound stupider than
Are you fucking in, dude? Do you think the 5G is?
No, I don't even understand what that conspiracy is.
That the 5G towers
I have no idea how that correlates.
Well, back in the day.
And I just didn't even want to like listen or get into it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear like 5G is the reason for the COVID and all of this, at that point I shut down. So I don't even actually know what that's about, and I don't know if I want to know. Do you know what I mean?
I want to be clear with you here. They've just made a trailer only. This is not a movie. Nothing is in production, but they were able to pop this trailer off these guys. And it's feeding into the 5G conspiracy. They're still burning fucking towers down because they think it's going from tower to tower.
Yeah.
And then that's how the coronavirus is spreading. Woody Harrelson's all in on it, so, you know. Maybe you could get him for the movie.
Again, I refuse to even know. Like, my brain won't allow whatever that is to come in. It's filled with too many bones of Benjamin Franklin at this point. So I can't actually, which is real facts. Do you know what I mean? So I can't actually fit any more in. Let's do a couple of shout outs really quick. Are we going to get to
Nah, good. We have all day, James. We do what we want. We do what we want.
I want to say thank you, Kayla. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go.
Brittany in the house. Brittany also got some magnetic lashes. I mean, look, girl, wear them for a night. Interesting feeling on the eyes. Just want to say that. Danielle, what up, girl? What up, girl? Uncle Skeet. I love that name, but I don't know who this is.
Uncle Skeet.
Uncle Skeet.
Skeet.
Is that kind of when I say grooming, you kind of think of Uncle Skeet, and that's what you guys called him, right?
You remember the actor Skeet Ulrich?
Love.
Right? But isn't it weird like that? Dave Chappelle turned Skeet into
a different
ejaculation.
thing.
So whenever I think of Skeet Ulrich, I just think of ejaculation Ulrich.
Yep.
I love him as an actor.
Thank you, Richard.
Very talented.
You,
Big Dick Danoff's in this motherfucker.
Big Dick Danoff. Thank you, guys. Everyone's so complimentary. We have such a good group. No one really talks shit, and they're all so nice, and I just love you guys.
Yeah, it's great.
You'll make me feel so good. So thanks. I did say Brittany, right? Yeah. I mean, the whole crew. Brooke was in for a little bit. We don't know for how long. Safety First Medical.
Yeah, I love Safety First Medical.
Middle, and last name.
Big fan of that.
He did actually say that that's actually just his real name.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Just joking.
And then, kids, next Thursday for the NFL draft, Craigers and all you guys, Big Dick Danoff and everybody, we're going live for 4 hours during the draft. And we'll be here getting fucking rocked for that because it's the first somewhat sporting event in forever.
Yeah.
So we'll be going through that with you guys on Drinkin Bros Sports. All of it is on this channel on Drinkin Bros Podcast. All of our shows in the media company are here and in one place. And please go to iTunes and rate Ross Patterson Revolution a 5-star. We're getting close to 1,000 ratings. We picked a winner in the thing. I will get the signed goods to you when the post office is not one in, one out. Man, that was a real fuckery yesterday.
That was a real fun thing.
Real fun thing.
Thank you, Craig.
And
Thank you, Michael.
want to give a shout out to our sponsors, James.
Let's do it.
Who put them on the air. They put us on every day. They put up with our
as well
bullshit.
as you guys. We're here for you and because of
every
the
single day.
sponsors.
Every single day. We're here throughout all of the quarantine times. And we might just keep the goddamn thing going, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
I think that's probably the thing.
Why not? Why not? I'm having fun every day, Jabes.
Yeah.
I love coming to work. I'm not Cuomo at CNN, you know?
Right?
Yeah.
You can tell people the fat tire biker. Still don't know what that is, but
no.
the
What's that?
probably
a Harley Softail.
Harley Softail.
That's a weird
really
one for me.
Specific.
So, yeah, it's really specific.
Really
especially
specific.
for the Hamptons, Jamie.
I know.
You don't
But
see a
hey,
lot of,
you need to have a lot of money to have a
Harley.
Harley.
It's true. First and foremost, talking about ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 25% off everything in the entire store. Mattresses, sheets, pillows, adjustable bases. Everything is 25% off at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. And as always, they got that 36th month pay-as-you-go program. No interest. That way, when you get that stimulus money, that stimulus money.
Yeah.
You can pump it in there. It's like $20, man. Sleep in peace. Sleep with a rock hard boner. Sleep on the bed that Abraham Lincoln never got to die in. I think that's a great slogan for them.
Really great.
Yeah. If Abraham
Rolls
Lincoln
right
were
off the
alive
tongue, yeah.
and could die, he would want to do it in a ghost bed. You know?
Gosh.
If you can't go back in time and stop John Wilkes Booth from squeezing the trig,
yeah, it's
let him die in a ghost bed.
Convoluted slogan, but I'm liking it.
I like it a lot.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might go home tonight, take the pillowcase off of our ghost pillow, put some blood on it, and then case it, put it in a plastic case, and celebrate tonight.
Cool.
10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mark your clocks. That's when Lincoln died. That's when he got shot.
What's a clock? You know what I mean?
What is a clock? What is a clock?
Nobody knows anymore.
Nah, nobody knows. Next up, we got expressvpn.com/revolution. That's it, kids. Time to protect your digital butthole. expressvpn.com/revolution. Everybody's trying to hack in your shit because nobody's out spending or whatever. Everybody's buying things online. It's a seamless app that runs in the background of all your computers, every electronic device you have. iPhones, iPads, laptops, hard tops.
I'm getting a lot more weird calls now.
And weird emails.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So I think maybe it is time for me.
Yeah, for you. I already have it. Look, I've had it forever, and it's great. It's $7 a month. That's it. Protects your shit. Also, it breaks every firewall that your boss has put in place at work. So if you want to have a quick jerk sesh at lunch, you can watch Pornhub, all that other shit. You can even access like Netflix in like other countries. It's
Canadian
great.
Netflix.
Do whatever you want.
I hear good things.
Go to expressvpn.com/revolution today. If you sign up for a year, you get 2 months for free. Look, it's only $70 for the entire goddamn year. It's worth it. Protect your shit, dude. We've been hacked 3 times. Each time they've been unsuccessful. So fuck off. It's because of expressvpn.com/revolution. Next up, we got strikeforceenergy.com. Jabes. Is it pollen? Are you dying?
I'm not sure. I mean,
White lady pollen in this?
It could be, things are blooming. Have you seen those azaleas?
Oh, they're beautiful.
So yeah,
on the way out the door, I saw my morning glories.
I don't know. Bloom. I took a bunch of vitamin C's and some ginger and some whatnots, immunity boost. I would hate to go down.
Yeah.
After all the shit.
Right.
After all the shit we're talking, could you imagine?
To the Rona. If you got the
doesn't
Rona,
feel like that. It feels very like, we have been going hard, right?
Yeah.
going hard. I have not been able to take care. Mama hasn't been able to take care of herself. So
I get it.
But I might have to just take a little strike force and get the rest of the day going.
That's how I'm pumped up. That's how I'm all Cuomo'd out
That's
right
how
now.
you keep going.
Oh, I am Cuomo'd on the strike force, dude.
Sure.
I have been doing a lot of grape in all of my devices, all of my drinks, all of my special concoctions. Throwing a little strike force in there and getting wet. Go to strikeforceenergy.com. No carbs, no sugars. And lasts longer than 5-hour energy. They get a 10-pack, 40-pack, and a 750 milliliter bottle. Go to strikeforceenergy.com. Promo code REVOLUTION. 20% off. Last but not least, straightrazors.com, Jabes.
Ooh, that's a clean cut. Smooth. Oh, you right?
There it is. There it is. Even Alec.
Somebody wanted us to do this
Even
ad
Alec leaned back on that.
as Deb and Dale. How do you feel? I put your picture away.
Oh, Deb and Dale for
straight razors.
Straight razors, man. I'll tell you what. When I'm sitting around the house, staring at my leg hair, I pull out the old straight razor and I whistle a show tune.
Man.
You got no and old Rogers.
Yeah, I took a weed whacker to that forest yesterday, and I'm still waiting on my Duluth Trading Company tank top and cargo pants because I need to get into the yard and I need to get things going. I need to get into that shit.
I hear you. I miss
karaoke, man.
I miss karaoke.
Really turn. The house comes down when we enter.
I just ordered some Dickie cargo shorts that should be here any day, any fucking day.
There you go,
but
man.
also shave properly, and that's why I go to straightrazors.com. Promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. But if you're not careful with your shit, you'll be taking 20% off yourself. So watch that ding-dong head, because you can lop that off, and that'll roll down the hill like that queen over in England.
Yeah, that's how thick the forest was, man. I used a straight razor.
I use a straight razor down there,
which I do not recommend. You know what I mean, guys?
Trim that bush.
You know what I mean, girls? You know what I'm saying, ladies? Man, I miss sports, man.
I know. Go to straightrazors.com. Promo code REVOLUTION, 20% off. 2020. That's a big savings there. So Obama just went live, and he said he's all in.
What?
And that's why I'm so proud to endorse Joe Biden.
Did he?
President of the United States.
Wow.
Yes. And what else did he go on to say here? He's fully throwing his support. This is shot really well. He's definitely not social distancing because this is
he has a crew,
high quality.
Yeah, he has a crew for sure.
Obama then goes in on Trump and Republicans saying, one thing everybody has learned by now, the Republicans running the White House and the U.S. Senate are not interested in progress. They're interested in power. Congratulations on all that shit. The one thing that's the progress that they're making, the Democrats in particular for the last 3 years, when they said we definitely don't want an older, rich white man as president of the United States, they went out and picked an older, richer, whiter man. Now we can fully throw our support behind Joe Biden and see what happens.
Sure.
So Joe Biden responds right now on Twitter. And this is obviously somebody else running his account.
No, he cannot get on Twitter.
No. It says Barack. He's going first name.
Well,
not President
here's
Obama.
Here's the deal.
The Brosifs,
They're Brosifs. Whoa, I just punched the...
Barack. He says, this endorsement means the world to Jill and me. It's Jill and I, right?
No, it is me.
Okay.
So the way that you do that is if the sentence sounds right with me, then you leave it that way. If the sentence sounds right if you were just talking about yourself, right?
Sure.
So try that sentence without Jill using I.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? That's not right.
Yeah. It says, we're going to build on the progress we made together, and there's no one I'd rather have standing by my side than Barack Obama. Barry. So that's
of
that.
Course, yeah.
And, you're going to be seeing a lot of Barack Obama this election. I don't know how much Joe will be able to get through this shit. I wonder if they're just going to start splitting it up, the rallies, to be honest with you. Go halvesies. And just have Barack come out, give maybe do like a 45-minute set. And then,
just a quick 45.
And then Joe only does 15 minutes.
So you don't think they would split up across the country and do like Barack and Michelle for one?
I think
and
they will.
Biden's over here.
I think they will. I think
you have to cover more ground.
They did that for Clinton. The problem is with the social distancing and all that stuff in place. They
they can't do anything.
Well, they need Trump to open up the fucking thing so they can start to do rallies again. So because you're losing valuable time at this point. We are less than 7 months away from the election.
Right.
So we'll see. And then a quick update on the Kyle Larson guy, the NASCAR, who dropped the N-word yesterday during Sunday.
So remind me what happened here.
So NASCAR and these other fun events like basketball, they're doing these kind of simulations. The NBA is playing like NBA 2K with like their best players through a video game.
Right.
NASCAR's doing it with a simulation. So
so
you're
they're
in
playing.
A car. You're actually in a car, like a fake car.
And you're playing video game. You're mic'd up. The guy talks to you. Blah blah blah.
Correct.
So it was during one of these situations.
He was frustrated that nobody could hear him, or he thought no one could hear him, just because they weren't responding to him. So he screams out, "Hey, N-word." And then everybody chimes in, whoa, bro, you are actually live on air right now. You cannot say that.
So what ended up happening with that? You have an update.
Well, yesterday, NASCAR indefinitely suspended him, and now he's been fired by his racing team altogether. So,
dang, this thing is...
And he's a top 10 driver, by the way. And he got fired for what he said, iRacing, because that's what they call it. The video game simulation of this. And, look, this was I posted something in Drinkin Bros Sports about this when it happened yesterday. And there was some back and forth of like, why can rappers say it and shit like that? And I was just
no. I mean,
look, there is one word as a white man that you cannot say in this world, just one. Mm-hmm. Everything else you could probably get away with an apology. One word you can't. Mm-hmm. It's that one. So.
Yeah, and I would venture to say, like, Rappaport did this interview with, I forget who it was.
Michael Rappaport?
Yeah, I forget who it was. I think it was it was like a rapper or maybe Charlemagne. I can't remember. But it was a one-on-one, like, interview, and he was just like, man, I think we just, like, we need to be done with that word. Like, you're too good to be using that word. Like, do you know what I mean? To the guy.
To the rapper.
Yeah, just like... It's beneath you at this point. Like, let's just fucking move on from there. Like, I know.
Was he black? Was the rapper black?
Yeah, but it has turned into such a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you can say it, I can't say it. It's cool for you. It's cool for it's like, like even taking charge of it, like you definitely have. So now, like, can just nobody say it? Can we just like not hear it at all? I don't know. Like, it's sort of like. I don't want it to be a thing where everyone can say it at all. Yeah, I want it to be a thing where it's like it's something that if you're above it, you don't say it anymore. Like you've moved on, you've transcended. You're like, okay, I don't do that.
Everyone should know, especially white people. That's the one word you can't say.
Look, we do know. That's the thing. Like we do.
So
this guy didn't. He was fired. I totally condone. Who is fucking saying that? Like, who is saying that anymore?
Especially live on air.
No, just like
why risk it? Even if you thought you weren't
saying that word
up.
Does not even not mic'd up, whatever. That word does not even come out of my mouth, even in like at home.
Yeah.
Ever. And it's very easy to not say it. Very easy.
Well, He said it.
How crazy.
And that's
if
kind of what happened.
If you do say it, like, bye.
Yeah.
If you say it at your house, I don't fucking care what you do, right?
Sure.
But if you're in any kind of situation like that,
I'm shocked when I hear it out.
oh my gosh,
It's rare. But it's
and you get. I will say it's still to me shocking from anyone, whether you're black, whether you're a rapper, whether whatever. Like, it's shocking for me to hear from anyone. So it would be like really cool if it was just something that like, let's just not. Can we just not?
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Jeez.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Network ratings just came out for the news here for the coronavirus. Fucking David Muir is number 1. That stupid fucker, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
he's really being dramatic about it.
Yes.
And people are loving that.
It's so crazy to me where it's like, God damn it. That shit's hard to watch. But yeah, man, he's number 1. He's America's anchor. They were right. David Muir. That's that SOB, man.
That's a hard part to the side, too.
Real hard part on that side.
It's really far part.
Yeah.
Interesting that he continues to do that part,
and his
too.
tone is very, it's changed, almost like he's in a dramatic play.
Very dramatic.
Every day. It's no longer just a normal speaking voice.
Yeah.
He'll deepen it down, too, for shit, where you're just like, oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Is there people with shotguns outside my house? Because I feel like I'm going to die any second.
No, I know.
The way you're speaking to me.
Very dramatic.
Yeah. Creepy, man. I can't believe that guy's number 1. I guess who else is he up against? I watched that shit.
I would say Lester Holt, he wins all the time, though. So.
I watched that girl who took over. Who's it? Nora O'Donnell or whatever. I watched her one night and it was just, so maybe that's what plays right now.
That's what plays.
You got to dress it up like a.
He's been doing it for a long time. He's trusted.
I guess. And they're grooming this younger one. Yeah, I just want to throw that grooming word in there one more time.
You love it.
They're grooming the younger one who's doing the weekends now.
The younger one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he's very serious as well, where you're like,
very.
Hey, man, you're like 24 years old. Can you not be that serious?
It's a very serious time.
Because it's super creepy.
Yeah.
But they're grooming him to be that dude as well. So, I don't know. I guess people like the mirror, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he's an attractive.
Chicks think he's hot? Yeah, I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah, he's attractive for sure. Pretty sure he's gay. I'm not sure.
Really?
If he's come out yet.
Bombshell. James, is he?
Very close friends with Andy Cohen and them.
Okay.
So.
John Mayer's, he's still getting his dick sucked by Andy Cohen, you think?
Yeah, I think so. He's been on his quarantine show from home.
Really?
Watch What Happens Live, which I haven't turned on for 1 second because
at his house,
the quality of these people's shows from home are just like, they're just not good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather, again, watch something on YouTube with people that have been doing it for a really long time. Their internet connections are bad. They cutting out. They can't see or hear each other. It's really hard to watch. So,
yeah,
I guess I'll just leave that
and
there.
I feel the same way. Like we've had a bunch of guests on Drinkin Bros
Mm-hmm.
through the fucking a FaceTime or whatever it is, and it's just like, dude, it is hard to get the cadence and the rhythm down because people's internets are pausing, and you're like, man, are they thinking about the question I'm asking, or are they just frozen for a second?
Yeah, you can't tell, and it's just like a stilted, jilted, Jimmy Fallon's been doing it, and they're just not getting it. It's not working. It's not. So, he's been having John Mayer. Nobody special. He'll just have his friends on. Kelly Ripa, John Mayer, whatever.
And they're doing one of the things from home for the relief special is going to be done. Because they just added another one here. Taylor Swift, Ellen DeGeneres, Aquafina, and others join coronavirus relief TV special airing on the Big Three and other networks. One World Together at Home. I feel like there's been one of those every single night at this point.
Yeah, I thought it feels like there is.
I know Country Music did one.
Yeah.
I know Rockstars did one on, I think JBJ was in it.
Okay, great.
John Bon Jovi, obviously.
Right.
He was on Fox and did one. Man, I'm tired of this from home shit. Well,
again, it's they just won't. I don't know why they don't take a hiatus or whatever. It's just not really working. But they just really need to keep their face out there and their show going. I guess.
So.
I mean, it's time for them to kind of take a little bit of a break. I think.
I guess if you canceled it, you probably wouldn't get those advertising dollars. So maybe that's what it is.
Sure.
Speaking of which, Ticketmaster just decided to pull out their penis and bone everyone yesterday.
Oh, how? Why?
They're not giving refunds. So what everybody is doing with all of these tickets and events that are moved, because all of them are moved and or postponed. Unless they are outright canceled, Ticketmaster is saying, hey, man, we can't refund you.
Right.
The promoter of the event has to refund you and then go through us or whatever. And they just straight up changed the language on their website, which I'm surprised you can't be sued for. Because Ticketmaster typically insures that type of shit. And it's like, by moving all of this stuff, you take like Coachella, right?
Yeah.
That's a big ticket. It's $500 for Gen Pop, I think $1,000 for VIP there. They've moved it to October, and what if you can't go? Because typically that takes place during like spring break for kids and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Now it's in October.
Yeah, so that's the most of the things is like we got babysitters, we got plane tickets,
hotels.
We got hotels for this time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can give us. I don't know. You can honor the ticket, but then I guess they could sell them. I don't know.
You're fucking over a lot of people here.
Right.
And one would think Ticketmaster has the insurance for that. I guess they don't, because they're saying no. And they've lost upwards of like $6.8 billion or something like that. So they're saying no. Sorry, if you can't make the postponement, too bad. Sell the tickets on your own.
Right.
Fuck faces.
Right.
Which is crazy. As if I needed one more reason to hate Ticketmaster.
Sure.
They have a monopoly on
just
tickets.
Be done with them. I mean, who
wish,
gets
man.
their tickets from them anyways anymore, except for StubHub and all these people
buy
up all
those
their
are but those are resells. So
I know, but directly you can hardly even get a ticket directly from Ticketmaster anymore.
No, dude. And
so
like the big concerts are sold out in like 4 minutes, and you get like a spinning wheel. Look, we had Benny the Ticket Guru on. He's on Drinkin Bros Sports all the time. He was telling us, he was like, dude, they fucking hold back like 30% of their tickets because they have a resell like StubHub.
Yeah.
It's called Tickets Now, and it's owned by Ticketmaster, and they're just reselling tickets for sold out events. And it's like, hey, man, are you just keeping like 30% of these tickets and then just reselling them at a higher price so you can make more money?
Yeah.
The whole fucking thing's a monopoly. Ticketmaster should be brought down. I'm surprised no one has come along to try to challenge a Ticketmaster, but I guess you'd have to go out to all these venues and try to secure it. This one is one of those ones that the government should step in on and say, hey, man, this is a monopoly. They tried to with AT&T with the last merger with Comcast, where they stepped in. They were like, no, we can't allow you to buy this because you own Time Warner and all this other shit. Yeah. Somebody should do something about Ticketmaster. This fucking place is an abomination, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They should just turn into a ticket vendor where they're just selling to all the other places. Like,
I remember back in the day, Pearl Jam tried to do it on their own, just to sell tickets to their website. Can't do it, man.
Can't do it,
just because you don't have that type of power on a website
bandwidth.
to do it. Yeah. And that's too much, man.
Right.
So, I feel terrible for people because look, some of these events, like the Masters, dude, you save up forever to go to like the Masters or a Coachella or a lot of these events are once in a lifetime. Now it's like, hey, man, not only are you probably out of a job when this is all said and done, but then remember those tickets and that vacation and that thing you planned for? Nah, we're not going to give you your money back on that.
You're going to have to find a way to go.
Yeah, or sell them yourself.
When you're finally back to some kind of job.
Yeah.
You can't be asking for time off.
What are you going to tell your boss?
Yeah,
oh, hey, it's Masters Week in November now.
I actually have these tickets still.
So for the Masters, are we cool? Can I just take a week off in November?
I know I just got this job, and I'm really happy to have it. Thanks. But peace.
That's terrible, man. Again, the government should step in. Do something about this bullshit.
This bullshit.
Because I can't take it no more. I can't take it, James.
Okay, buddy.
I'm going Cuomo now.
Okay.
On Ticketmaster.
You can do that, and you do.
I know.
So you don't have a Cuomo problem.
Because even me, like, I love Coachella. I've always loved Coachella. It's a part of me, and I'm probably a part of it.
Right.
It's in my fabric.
Sure.
It's in my jeans.
Ooh.
I wear it. I wear
Right.
a festival on my sleeve.
Right.
I don't want to go in November, or I don't want to go in October.
No.
I just don't. Like, there's too much other cool shit going on.
You won't be. No.
NFL, college football, all this stuff. Like, I don't want to go to Coachella. I don't want to miss that,
No, you won't be.
I liked it in the spring because it was just like, hey, man. So,
Sure.
I mean, I might be out there, James.
You won't be going, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
yep. I might be out there. No, I won't. I want to miss the games.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't want to miss the games, so I'm not going to go. But, man, I'd be so pissed off if I bought all that shit and then, boom.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, if you're out there and you have a job and you've been able to maintain through this bullshit and you want to go, you'll be able to get tickets for like $8 to go to Coachella and in a really nice hotel room for $48, I'm sure. So
have yourself a time.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. And what? It's Christmas time. Now that's a Christmas gift. It's going to be October.
October?
Yeah, it's like, hey, man, Christmas is a couple months away.
You're playing real fast and loose with
the
Christmas
holidays?
time.
I mean,
you're doing a real broad
getting in
amount of time.
That time.
But anyways, that's okay.
Yeah. So, look, now's your time if you're out there and you want to go see one of these big events. Because I'd wait. Go to eBay. You're going to be rocking and rolling on eBay. Jay, fun show today.
Soup's fun.
Thanks,
fun, guys. Brooke, I'll be calling you.
Yeah, we don't.
Brooke, I'll be
we don't have to
texting
answer
you.
Anybody, so I'm not going to go Cuomo on anybody.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone's been super cool.
So whatever I want, I want to. What do you think of the magnetic lenses or the eyelashes? What are you going to do with those? You going to keep those in?
I'm going to have to keep them for today, but unclear.
Okay.
Undecided.
Got it. Were they easier to put on than your normal bullshit?
Yeah.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because you literally just...
Going to stick them on.
You just pop them and they like suck to them.
Yeah. And then does the magnet portion stay on underneath that, or do you take that off when you go to bed?
You saw me taking it off with the little Q-tip thing. That's the only
Oh, is that
thing
what that is?
Yeah. It's a little bit more hardcore than a liner, but...
Yeesh.
Doing what I can. I have to put on makeup every single fucking day, and it's not good for your face and eyes. So,
Oh, is it not?
Is what it is, dude. I'm trying to find different ways to not ruin myself.
You ever think about getting tattoo makeup on your whole head?
I've seen it. I don't think it's there yet. I don't think it's to a level that I'm ready to jump in. Yeah. When they can get a real natural shading and pigments that don't have that much red in them, I'm all in.
Yeah. I go in and get my eyebrows waxed twice a year.
Sure.
Just twice a year. Just a little strip in the middle over the topsies, right?
Uh-huh.
Just keep shit somewhat in control because I've
Right.
got a couple of forest fires up above.
Couple
of smoky bears.
Couple
up
of
there.
inventors.
Yeah.
Inventors.
Eyebrows
lids,
up there. Yeah. And I talked to homegirl. She's probably in her 60s. I would say 62. And she goes, I'm glad I don't have to do this anymore. And I was like, oh, why not? She's like, I got them tattooed on.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, is that a thing?
Yeah. Microblading.
Well, explain the process of that. What happens there?
Basically, they make little blade incisions with ink that look like hairs.
Okay.
In your eyebrows, which it could either fill it in, or you could have no eyebrows and do it. But basically, it looks like hairs.
Okay.
But most of the ones that I've seen are a little bit too dark for my taste. Like I said, when it gets to a level when they can do it super, super natural, I might jump in that pool. But they're still tweaking it.
Is there women who've gotten tattoos over their whole face of like makeup? Or it's
yeah,
like,
I mean,
you just wake up and that's your face.
Yeah, lips, liner, eyebrows at this point is what people can do.
Lips, huh? You tattoo on lips?
Yeah, you tattoo like a color.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds painful. Really painful.
I mean, look, it's not the most painful thing that we do. That would not even be a big deal.
What's numero uno in your book?
I would say lip waxing.
Oh, above
or threading.
Yeah, well, childbirth.
I'm saying for beauty. I
beauty.
did that for God knows who.
Yeah.
Why? God knows why.
You don't give birth for beauty.
No,
You know what I'm
Lord.
Come
The
on,
opposite,
Alec.
huh?
That's crazy.
The opposite, huh? Yeah. The most painful is probably
The threading.
threading of the upper lip will make a
Oh.
fat tire biker cry tears.
Really?
Yeah.
Yikes, dude. I saw a
real bad.
dude on Instagram getting his nose hairs waxed, which is the
That's
thing.
really
and
hard
he was
one
in
too.
tears.
Yeah. That one's really hard too. And then just heels in general can be super painful. And then, I think that's it.
I'd like to get my butthole tattooed. I think. I'd
Tattoo.
like to get that. A nice.
Darker.
No, I don't want to go darker. I just want a nice light shade of pink.
Oh, that's a bleach.
Bleach kind of makes it white, though, right?
No, it makes it a
Whitens out your
light
asshole?
pink. No.
A light pink. You
Yeah,
don't
no.
say.
It makes it porn star beautiful. Yeah.
Might be on the market for a little beehole bleaching. Feel
Just
free
a
to
wax and a bleach. Sure.
to write into the show if that's what you do for a living. You want to wax out someone's beehole or bleach it, I should say. Bleach out a beehole. Let me know. Yeah, lighter shade of pink, where you're just like, oh, that's a pretty thing, you know. Because typically a grown man's asshole is no one should ever see that in
No,
life.
but I think if you wax and bleach, like, meh,
all right.
be like anybody's.
Could you
butthole.
laser it off?
Laser what off?
Laser your butthole. Like
What
the
do you-
hair?
Oh, I don't think they're doing that yet. You can't do. I don't think they do it on the face yet. It's more like legs, underarm.
Sure.
I don't think they're doing facial laser yet. You guys let me know, but
Technology is just not there yet.
it's just very sensitive skin. So I think they
your
need to
beehole?
like
It
work
is, yeah.
your beehole, your eyebrow, like around your eyes, like anything
Yeah.
on your face. You can't wax like the
Sure.
actual thing. You can do bikini line, but you can't do the actual inside.
I wonder if you could laser your nutsack.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No.
But we got Manscaped. Manscaped's coming on the show.
Good for you.
Yeah, so get ready because I'm going to use it over the weekend, shave up my balls, and let you know about it. And they're going to be a sponsor here coming up, so I'm super stoked about that. Everybody's been doing that.
Loving it.
Yeah, nice little kit from Manscaped. Just shave up your ball sack.
Don't go too shorn.
Keep your pubes.
Just saying.
Yeah, I'll probably use a 2 for a clipper, you know.
Yeah, I
If
would
I'm
say
able
2
to.
is fine. Yeah,
It just came to the house.
Sweet.
So when I left, I got the whole kit. So we'll see how that goes. See how that goes,
We
Shapes.
will.
We love you, kids. We'll be here every day. Be here
Thanks,
every day
guys.
through
Happy
the quarantine.
Tuesday.
And again, go to iTunes, just rate the show a 5-star and leave a review. The advertising agency really fucking wants it. And we've never asked, and we are now, because we're beggars.
We're
And-
beggars and we're choosers.
Yeah.
We'll beg and then we'll choose you.
Yeah, exactly. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Goodbye.